We have 10 minutes only for each presentation. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, and welcome you all to this session on AI-empowered blockchain applications. And first of all, let me thank the organizers for inviting me to be part of this panel. And I am very much enthused to see my fellow panelists having expertise in very relevant to the subject of the panel discussion. And also, they are in 3 different directions. One from the government, and another from the industry, and another from the R&D labs. With these 3 speakers, I am very sure that they are going to make us, demystify the doubts about the 2 important technologies, AI and blockchain. People consider AI and blockchain are 2 different types of technologies. One is probabilistic, and another is deterministic, and one is more secure, and another is we are not very sure. And one tries to approach the decision close to the reality, and other one is only works on the reality. So these 2 technologies, which has become an important aspect, though blockchain technology has come quite some time back, it is yet to reach the level of acceptance, mainly because of the concerns that has come due to the cryptocurrency, because there is a technology which has come with the, basically for the Bitcoin, and then it has become very popular. It is considered to be a revolutionary technology similar to the internet. Okay? So I think many people talked about history of AI, and it has been there 1950 with Alan Turing publishing the thinking machine kind of a paper. A machine can think. That is what, at that point of time, there was a lot of questions on that kind of a thinking, and he could actually, through a paper in 1950, addressed all those questions in 1950 itself. Alan Turing, you are all aware, right? So similarly, we had I think his name, Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008. He has introduced the blockchain technology. And AI had a lot of winters, AI winter they call, because when something is going on suddenly, there are doubts and funding stops, and AI being an expensive technology, and I mean, to do the research as well, it was totally dependent on the government funding. So whenever government funding stopped, the research stopped. And I think in the 80s, somewhere in between, neural networks have come, but due to one paper which said that the partition cannot be an exclusive or small problem. It cannot be linearly separable. And that paper made everyone to say that, okay, the neural networks will not work. And AI as it is without neural networks, like expert systems and all that was prevailing, especially in the medical field, a lot of work happened. And we, as somebody was mentioning today's morning, we also had, while studying in IIT Delhi, there's Alan Rich book, was a very silver colored, nice, interesting book, and Professor Kankan Bishwas taught us. And so what I'm trying to say is the AI as a technology, and we all right from the morning listening to everyone, it exists. But I think when multi-layer perceptron in the form of backpropagation technology, Rumal Hart has introduced, at that point of time, everyone started, okay, it's a kind of a thing possible. But what limited is even a small problem, which I was working for my analog circuit fault diagnosis with some 100 examples to train. That time, not even Pentium 80386 machine. It was, I used to give it for training and come next day, still it was running. So this is a kind of, it's a very small problem. Whereas when you consider the problems that we are addressing, so what is now changes, as everyone said, data is availability of data, and also the machines, computing power, and the storage capacities. All these things has resulted in the possibility of making it reality. I feel ChatGPT is, of course, a revolution, but it could be, the kind of utility of that people had a lot of doubts, and in fact, ChatGPT opened eyes of various governments, whether it's AI research, whether we should go ahead and all. Somebody, even the topmost person, has submitted his resignation. So these kind of things happen in this kind of an area. And this is one side. And blockchain technology, which is really, though it has come for the cryptocurrency, but there is definitely appeared to be a very interesting technology thing, like it is a peer-to-peer communication, and there is a trust in the data that you have, and there is a transparency, and also there is a traceability. Trust, transparency, and traceability with security. So these kind of core principles with which blockchain has come, and so people would like to look at. But there are some disadvantages. Scalability, there is a problem. Performance issues were there, and also energy consumption because of the kind of winning algorithms. People, the miners, mining has to happen and all that. So all these things are disadvantages. Whether AI as a technology can help in solving these problems. So it's a kind of discussion that can happen during the panel. And we have three important, interesting areas we are working. Mr. Raj Kapoor, founder and CEO, India Blockchain Alliance. Mrs. P.R. Lakshmi Iswari, Senior Director and Head, CDAC Hyderabad. Mr. Akhilesh Srivastava, IT Advisor, Government of Uttarakhand, Road Safety Ambassador, World Economic Forum, and former CEO, NHA Invite and FASTag. So these three speakers, as I told you, are into different sectors, and they would definitely enlighten us with this area. I do not want to take much of the time. Now we'll start inviting the speakers. I'll start with inviting Mr. Raj Kapoor, and would like to briefly introduce him. He is the founder and CEO of India Blockchain Alliance, the largest Indian emerging technology tech think tank, and an advisory board member at over 50 blockchain companies, including Floex, Sperium, and Cypher Blockchain. I might have not pronounced them properly. Okay. He is a global blockchain and cryptocurrency and fintech educator, certified Bitcoin professional, blockchain solution architect, and friend of disruptive ideas. Pro-tem chairman for Organization of Blockchain Technology Users. He is also the chief blockchain consultant for Tata Elxsi Limited. He is skilled in AI, robotics, cyber security, IoT, and cloud computing. He regularly speaks at international and national tech events. He is also a regular contributor to several leading publications. Being a founder and CEO of India Blockchain Alliance, who else could be the better person to talk on blockchain as a technology and also AI impact on that? Welcome, sir.
Right, folks. Is my presentation ready? Somebody was supposed to give my presentation at the back. Shiv? Who's the culprit? In the meantime, hi, my name is Raj Kapoor. Naam to suna hi hoga. Okay. I'm going to take, ma'am was very clear, 10 minutes for everybody. I won't take 10 minutes. I'll take 7.5 minutes. Save 2.5 minutes. Saving is good. Indians are good at saving. So let's start right here. We have the session is finishing at 5:30, Shiv? All right, so I'll keep it nice and small. All right, so who's going to put on my presentation, ma'am? All right, you're doing it. All right, bring it in. Today we are talking about two very unique technologies, AI and blockchain. Voraciously wild technologies with absolutely no regulations around it. That's really scary, and it's fun. Because actually, they're nothing but an expression of ourselves. We are all the same, like the technologies, wild and voracious most of the time, but then we got to wear our coat and tie and come and speak here as well. There you go. So, I was speaking on this, while he puts this up. I was speaking at an event about 5 days back, and somebody named these two technologies, blockchain and AI, Bunty and Bubbly. I like that very much, and I agree with that person. I was speaking, I think it was in Bangalore, and after that, even I thought, कि यार सच्ची में ये सच्ची Bunty Bubbly जैसी जोड़ी है. They are wonderful together, but they can be disruptive. The previous session was all about rules and regulations around blockchain, around AI. Bilkul theek hai. We all have them around us and we need them. It keeps us right and focused. Done? Okay, we have the session and the time starts now. I'll keep it simple. I've got more slides than I want to talk about, but I'll talk about 3 or 4 really good things which are happening in India. Let's not just talk about the world. Actually, there is more happening in India than we all know in the blockchain AI space. And I'm going to talk about those things right now. All right. Let's give the tribute to Mr. Stephen Hawking first. And I love what he says. I believe what he says. AI is likely to be the best or worst thing to happen to humanity. How many of you agree with me on this? Put up the hand, probably. It doesn't take too much effort. Yeah, that's it. A lot of people. Just one more before I go further. Because after that, it's not Stephen Hawking or Bill Gates. It's going to be Raj Kapoor. Next. Here's what the founder of Google Brain said. He said, AI is like electricity. Just as electricity transformed every major industry a century ago, AI is going to do just that. Trust me, as we speak, in the last 6 months to 8 months, I'm working with cybersecurity, I'm working in supply chain, I'm working in utilities, I'm working in green carbon credits, I'm working on God knows how many projects in this space. But that's been a revolution also. Why? All of a sudden, AI has become the hero. 3 years back, it was crypto. Now it's AI. We talk about that more, but let's look at the foundational technologies and let's do away with the glitter and glamour of the space. What is the utility of these two? I'm going to share some of those with you. First of all, why do we need AI blockchain solutions when both these technologies are really powerful? All technologies are for that matter, but these two making waves, and why not? For good reason. 4 reasons why. 1, encryption. 2nd, auditing. 3rd, transparency. We need that. And 4th is risk detection. The reason for these technologies coming together are these. There has to be a reason why technologies converge. These are the 4 reasons. I'll take it a little step forward quickly. 6 minutes left. Encryption. AI presents various prospects of security under development of algorithms. Now, I'll keep it in simple words. You know, AI has got a lot of algorithms, a lot of mathematical calculations, everything, a lot of training. How do we know the data is accurate? How do you train it for accuracy? Where is the audit process? That's where blockchain comes in and says, listen, I'm your auditor. I'll keep you in check. So we had a talk, somebody was talking prior to this on 2 things, which I'll pick up from here. One was the security aspect of it. Blockchain can ensure that we have at least some sense in this madness. We can make some sense out of it. I can go on and a lot on that, but then that'll be very technical. I don't want to get technical. I want to tell you some real good story at the end of this whole thing. I'll take it to the next one. The relationship with AI works from the other side, where blockchain supports tracking and traceability, which I told you in the beginning, and understanding and explaining the decisions of AI. That's encryption. Encrypted data on blockchain becomes the most secure way of us saying yes, whether the information coming out on AI is reliable or not. That's the first. Second, auditing. I love this one because I'm doing a lot of work in this space, in the AI space. Auditing. When you blend blockchain with AI right from day one, you will have an auditable process. How was it trained? Who created the algorithms? How else would we know it? If today I train my algorithms, Raj Kapoor is the biggest star in the world. Well, I keep on saying that. Amitabh Bachchan may disagree. I can train it. I can train whatever I like to AI. As I said, somebody said, you can start training a dog or a monkey or a parrot. Yes, you teach a parrot anything, he'll parrot it. AI is like a parrot right now. You train it the way you like, it'll give you outputs the way you like. So audit means you can check it from time to time. There is accountability at every stage. blockchain plays that important part. Next, transparency. All people in the food chain can now see who's done what. And I think that's important. Otherwise, how do you know who has fed in what information in AI? There are so many data points. How do we know? We don't know. We just assume, all right, it's AI. You put it in a bracket and accept everything. That's rubbish. We should not be doing that. That is a recipe for catastrophe. We should not be hurtling down that path. Transparency is must, not only in anything, in everything. Risk detection. Again, everything follows. Because now, with an audit process, with transparency, the risks can be identified and mitigated. This is possible only when you have a single source of trust, and that comes through blockchain. I can extol much more. Let's keep it at the four more primary points. Now, let's look at some very nice empowered applications. Mind you, I won't stick to the script here because I found some more interesting ones than the ones I made a presentation some time back. First, and this is one of my favorites because, well, I'm also personally involved in it. I'm an advisor to the group, to this, so I will be a little biased, but at the same time, we're trying to create a real good problem, solving a problem. We're all listening to me and other speakers right in this hall. When we go back out of that hall, what's the first thing you'll think? Bus, taxi, car, traffic, rain, all sorts of things. You'll forget 90% of what's been said here today. I'm telling you for sure. Well, I hope you don't, but here we go. Now, in an organization, we have hundreds of employees. What are we doing now? In this application, I'm replicating the avatars of all these employees. All of us sitting here can become avatars in the next session. And whatever we are speaking gets imbibed into you. That is blockchain and AI working in tandem. Now imagine employees working across the globe. If they go, if an employee leaves, especially a key employee, you lose a whole bunch of knowledge along with him. Here, AI locks it on the blockchain. So today we have a virtual office replicated, and all the knowledge of all employees keeps remaining with the organization. How many of us have? That's a great use case of using two technologies. Great use case. We are conserving knowledge through technologies. That's one of my favorite ones. That's why I put it right up in front. It's called blackbird.ai. Next, oh sorry, that is not Blackbird. Sorry, that was Thought AI. Now we go to Blackbird. We talked about fake news. You'll be very happy to know we're going to be working very closely right now with Press Trust of India. We're setting up a center of excellence at Press Trust of India to actually not only identify the fake news, but identify the sources and then do remedial action. Not only for videos, not only for news, but for every line there. So even if if, for example, one pixel gets changed in the whole video, we will be able to identify when, where, why, how, who. That is good. We talked about all these fake news and fake videos which come. Trust me, they are bane. I just, by the way, as a matter of fun, 3 days back I was in Goa. We had a big concert there. I actually replicated Elvis Presley on the stage through AI. That's fun, but you can then replicate everybody else saying wrong stuff as well. So that's very dangerous as well. Blackbird AI solves that problem. I'll go to another one. I've told you about the twin protocol. That's the one where we are making the entire organizations and enterprise on the blockchain and using AI to lock that power within the organization. I'll tell you another one. Before I come to this one, which is my favorite, there's one which we are doing with one of the governments in Africa. We have put, for example, the entire toll collection of the entire state on blockchain and using AI for actually creating models for the future in terms of how best we can be, even from a road perspective. So we're collecting all weather data, we're collecting vehicle data, everything, including the age of the vehicle is captured. So we know, and the pollution is captured, all using blockchain and AI. Why am I talking about these? Because these are creating an impact. I can tell you a lot of them which creating a lot of nuisance. But I'm not going to talk about those. That's not the forum today. I'm talking about impact. And my final, and I love this one. Somebody, just before that, sir, you were talking about 2073 data explosion. But here is a warning for all of us here. We won't be here till 2073. We are not going to see any data explosion in 2073 because our oceans are dying. Our oceans are dying, and we have only 12 to 14 years of good life left if we don't take care of our oceans. Now, that's scary. Today, we are all sitting here. Do you think 12 years from now, our children will be enjoying the same thing? I don't think so, if we don't wake up now and smell the coffee. So, we've created this entire platform, and so that's what I was talking to you about. We created a platform in Europe right now. I work with a lot of European governments, etc., on creating solutions on blockchain, AI, and other technologies, not just AI and AI. In here, we've used 3 technologies: blockchain, AI, and analytics. What do? We use data from your mobile phone. Every one of us got a mobile phone. You switch it on, and you are actually helping the world. How? With a little app called C. That's the name. It captures humidity, water levels, coastal erosion, everything. All the data points are captured while we are doing our work normally. Now, isn't that a great thing? Because then we lock that on the blockchain. Why blockchain? Because now nobody can tamper with that data. Nobody can manipulate that data because blockchain is immutable. It has also, as I said, an audit process right from the beginning. That's really important. And then we use predictive analysis and data analysis to actually create models for mitigating floods, landslides, and n number of things. In fact, one of my articles was picked up by a newspaper specifically on the Delhi floods. We've had a terrible spate of floods. We could have had a better handling of this had we got this platform in place. Uttarakhand government, as he knows, Srivastava knows, is also finding out solutions for predicting landslides, etc. Oh, well, we already have the solutions. We should be looking at bringing them here. Why do we have to learn from a Europe or a USA? Well, we all have it here. It's built by us. We are Indians. When we talk about an Atmanirbhar India, I talk about an Atmanirbhar India for this. I think we can become an AI blockchain capital of the world. And that brings me to my last story. My story is why I moved to Goa. And that will only take 2 minutes. By the way, I live in Goa, the most beautiful state in the world. I've been a lot of places. Now, why? Well, there's a big reason. Well, in May 2023, no, this is just the future. Don't have to worry about that. You can read it or not, but listen to my story because I think all of us would be very interested in that. In May 2023, the government of Goa and ourselves as India Blockchain Alliance signed a very specific agreement to create the world's best technology in the state of Goa, where we are putting up 5 ships in the sea which are going to be used as incubation centers for AI, blockchain, and other emerging technologies. That has never happened before. We are creating the largest district in the world for emerging technologies in Goa. And that is something which is really my passion because that's where we can do research. And we're getting a best of universities from the United States, Australia, all coming down, setting up a world campus for emerging technologies and forensics, especially in blockchain and AI, because there are no frameworks around there. So that's where we are going to be doing a lot of work. So that's my story of Goa, where we're putting, and the whole project is called Web3 on the Sea, where we're going to have incubation. We've got VCs, we've got people from mentors, from global mentors coming in there speaking, and we've got the government backing to it. That's the best part. The government of Goa, very progressive. And you know what? We are working with the Delhi government here to work and create a global nomad visa for foreigners to come and settle and work, live, learn, and play, all in Goa. How many of you would love to go to Goa? There are some people who don't want to go to Goa. I'm really surprised. Seriously. Okay, how many of you don't want to go to Goa? That's big. No hands, no hands. I'm happy with the last answer. So, right. So, all of you here, that's my invitation to all of you. You guys want to come to Goa and see a miracle in action? Well, it's happening. In 2 months since we signed this off, 62 companies have already decided to relocate part or most of their offices in Goa. Guys, Goa is a great place, it's a great vibe. But more important is giving now technology. Technology does not pollute. So we are not putting industry in Goa, not killing the greenery of that beautiful state. We are putting it the technology capital of the nation. That's it from my side, guys. And, well, where am I? Oh, my last slide went off. Anyway, oh, that's okay. So, guys, welcome to all of you to Goa. Anybody wants to come? Here I am. Work with me. Happy to do so. Enjoying and enjoying again. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. And we go.
Thank you, Raj Kapoor, for interesting and very with vivid explanation of various applications of how blockchain is inspiring AI applications. And so I am very sure that this would help all of us to look at the importance of blockchain technology and its advantages. Thank you once again. And I would now introduce the next speaker, Mrs. P.R. Lakshmi Iswari, Senior Director and Center Head of CDAC Hyderabad. She will come online. She would be joining us online. Her areas of interest include R&D in end system security, embedded and IoT security, mobile device security, and blockchain technology. She, along with her team, developed and deployed various endpoint and mobile security solutions, successfully developed property record management solution and smartphone-based online voting solutions using blockchain technology. Currently, under consortium project, she is involved in implementing the National Blockchain Framework Initiative of MeitY. She is associated with CDAC for the past 23 years in various R&D, solution development, and capacity building initiatives. Earlier, she worked as lecturer at NIT Warangal in Computer Science and Engineering Department. Over to Lakshmi Iswari.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, very much.
Okay, thank you, sir. Respected chairman of the session, dignitaries on the dais, delegates of this particular event, a very good evening to all of you. And first of all, I would like to thank the organizers for giving this particular opportunity. So the topic of this panel, as you are aware, it is about AI-empowered blockchain applications. And so I will be sharing my experiences in this particular domain. The agenda of this session goes like this. So just a brief overview on blockchain technology. Then we talk about what kind of applications can adopt this particular blockchain. And we briefly talk about the National Blockchain Framework and applications, so which is an initiative from our Government of India. And then some experiences are kind of the things like with respect to AI and blockchain, convergence and focus while adopting these particular technologies. This is that kind of thing, and I will try to limit myself to 10 minutes. So, as we are all aware, like actually, like when we talk about enabling the various services in our society, so we always look for trust, and that's where actually we have the various institutions which are built, like in terms of schools, banks, various organizations and all, so which enable or provide a layer of trust for carrying out tomorrow if they're not able to give the performance, that's another challenge. Also the cost benefit analysis. Presently the chemical system which is very, very cheap, but they're thinking about a solution with a sophisticated technology without any valuation or a business value, that will create problem. So this is some things which we need to look at it. And another thing is, when we talk about sustainability aspects in these two technologies, definitely in tracking the carbon emission kind of thing, I will support blockchain.
Lakshmi, Lakshmi, are you able to hear?
Yes,
Yeah, just, yeah, thank you.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so it's almost done, sir. It's complete.
Oh.
Okay, so shall I take 1 minute, sir?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So basically, when we talk about the sustainability aspects, like AI especially, like we can use it in terms of energy consumptions and optimum utilization of it, especially the data centers. Also, emission aspects and other things like that. When we try to analyze the data from the blockchain, supply chains and all, we can even try to look at the demand requirements and that's how the even wastages and all can be avoided. So that's how these things, technologies also try to take care of some of the supply, the sustenance aspects, so that we can build a better solution and which help us towards the environmental sustenance also. That's it, sir, from my end.
Yeah. Thank you, Lakshmi, for enlightening us with the blockchain basics to various aspects and also bringing out clearly blockchain-enabled AI and AI-enabled blockchain, and also informing us the status of government projects, especially the unified blockchain with multiple organizations working together. And also glad to know that e-voting pilot was successfully done in Telangana state. Thank you very much for your inputs. I would like to introduce the next speaker, Mr. Akhilesh Srivastava, IT Advisor, Government of Uttarakhand, Road Safety Ambassador, World Economic Forum and former CEO. He is a globally renowned technology leader, an eloquent speaker, and a best-selling author. Member and advisor of top international and national organizations, he is passionate about technology and enjoys innovating and implementing large-scale IT-enabled solutions to solve citizens' problems. He successfully led the implementation of many flagship e-governance projects like FASTag, e-tendering portal, e-measuring book, citizen-centric highway information mobile apps, geofencing of highways, and AI-powered NHA data lake. It's a very interesting background, sir, and I'm very sure that you will enlighten us on this subject, the government angle, and the kind of infrastructure that is being built, etc. Welcome, sir. Please.
I won't be taking more than 7 minutes because I think already we are running behind. Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, since before I start, I have been reminded of the time. So, let me be very focused on times. Enough has been said about the convergence of AI and the blockchain, both revolutionary technology, or I say most transforming technologies of the current age. Yeah, a lot of hype about AI. We recently learned 2077 was going to happen. AI may overpower singularity. I mean, there are always two opinions about it. Some people say it's like electricity, it's not going to do damage, it's going to be helpful only. And I believe in that positive note. It's all fantasy in movies, it's okay. AI takes control of the humanity and it vanishes. That probably may not, because that consciousness which we possess as a human probably may not be ever taken over by the machine. Anyway, I will be very briefly going through what AI, I need not to explain anything to anybody. The audience are too expert to know AI, and by the time so many sessions, you must have learned a lot. So let's not blockchain, nothing to say, it's a distributed ledger and it's with transparency, immutable. But how these two put together are going to create a new synergy. I'll be taking lead from what Ms. Raj Kapoor was just saying. He has done something. I'm going to give you in a very simplistic way 4 or 5 applications where this convergence I foresee is going to do. And one use case which I will be sharing with you in Uttarakhand, where we started predicting the landslide using the artificial AI and some IoT devices. Few cases has been fantastic, and in recent cases you might have seen more cases in Himachal and other, but fortunately because of these AI predictions in Uttarakhand, the casualties or the landslide accidents has been lesser. I must say, because we were predicting it and we were giving the, right now the predictions has gone up to maximum we can say 1 day or maximum 1.5 day max. That is based on the cracks, which the landslide doesn't happen all of a sudden. That land has decided I have to slide and it moves. It doesn't. There are a pattern it follows. It swells, the cracks develop, the cracks gets widen, and finally it goes. So that can be checked using AI, and sufficient warning can be given. So we gave a few warnings. What we are trying to increase this span. If we can predict 3 days in advance, or as the max possible. Right now we are, what we are doing, we are preventing the accident. We are closing that route where landslide is likely to happen based on the analysis. But going forward, if the window is more, probably we may take action to prevent it. We can, if we can, we do some cementing, we can put some barriers and prevent the landslide to happen. That will be the ultimate. Here, blockchain was not used, but it was purely AI. AI and blockchain can do two things together. When we do a lot of AI, the data is on which your AI engine runs gets finer and finer, more predictive with better accuracy. But what Mr. Raj Kapoor was saying, putting a lot of data in open space is going to create a problem. With the data, the privacy, as well as the transparency or alteration of data. So here blockchain, which is on the nodes in a transparent way, this can be a great help. Blockchain, and there is a study which says, which was done in 2022, I am not repeating it, it's visible, but this is one of our basic concern. And as we move forward, AI can be regulated by blockchain in a term. If I use a layman language, the AI you can predict, you can control using the blockchain through nodes, through transparency, who is manipulating, who is using the maximum data. That's again AI in the blockchain can check the random use of AI and give you adequate security in advance. Improving scalability and efficiency. There's a challenge with the blockchain as of now. And you can see the blockchain applications are not scaling to this, being a fantastic technology. Barring those cryptocurrencies, nobody ever knows about the usability of blockchain for business, for the e-governance or any other models. We use all other technologies, but blockchain very randomly. Challenge another is the scalability of this. Here AI can play a big role, and it can improve the efficiency of a blockchain to a great extent, and marriage of these two are going to create another very scalable and transparent model for that. The smart contract and AI. You can see the, as per one report, around 40 billion was the logged in the contracts. When I was at NHAI, the contract, because of disputes, there were approximately 25,000 crore rupees were logged into various disputes. Even in the smart contract, as per this report, DEFI, 40 billion. But when the AI comes in, it can transfer the data in a blockchain on a real time using the AI. So the AI predictability helps blockchain to take a dynamic decision in a faster way, which is a passive otherwise. It takes its own process. So unless until some node is created, data is fed in blockchain, it's not going to take it forward. But this real-time data can be fed through AI, AI analytics, getting data from various IoT, and updating the smart contracts, the blockchain based contract, which can avoid the disputes and lead to better efficiency in the contract management. Another use cases which comes with the blockchain, except in the health sector, that too in a very limited way. Otherwise, blockchains got a fantastic use in a health sector. In fact, Government of India, I was part to a committee at Niti Aayog, where we thought we'll be giving a health card and the health services should move on a blockchain. With the privacy of the patient, the data is transferred to various levels of screening by the different doctors and institutes. Unfortunately, it couldn't happen. I mean, it's happening, but it's a very slow pace. That is the challenge with the blockchain. But if you think for a country like India with 140 crore people, with this slow pace, is going to take a lot of time. This challenge can be mitigated with the use of AI. AI can predict the pattern. It can predict the, where requirement is more, which sector, which area, a lot of issues are coming up, where the government focus and a policy should be. So it can, the convergence of AI and blockchain, in fact, can be one of the biggest boon for the government taking the e-governance services to next level. I was involved with the first level of e-governance services, which was basically reactive. The people used to ask, you go to any government portal, you have to fill a lot of data and get the, for example, driving license or anything. Somebody has to approach and then it. But this can convert the e-services into a proactive, where government knows what is required by which citizen, whose child is going to be with, from the birth certificate, they know this child is born on this particular year, so when he or she is attaining 5-year age, and then it is proactively throwing the message to the citizens that these are the nearby schools in your area, these are the ratings, now you can approach for the admission of your child. So these kind of things, a lot of, for example, very recently I came to know in some area of Delhi, conjunctivitis is going on, but that's not known to everybody. So people moving toward that side, automatically flash comes. That's the proactive citizen service. That be careful, the conjunctivitis, which is a communicable disease, is spread. And you can wear a glass or you can take precautions to avoid it. So these are the very good applications for the AI and blockchain when we put together. Data privacy, I already spoke, so I won't be, the data privacy is one of the, so in conclusion, what I believe, this is going to create, open a new avenues. It's entirely, because AI gets regulated through blockchain, if I say in a very simple language. But AI adds a lot of value to the blockchain processing. So it creates transparency, it creates accountability to the AI, and it enhances the processing power of blockchain. That's going to be phenomenal with e-governance services. I mostly advise to the government, so I know it's going to be a different transformative game coming with AI and blockchain put together. It's going to be creating. So ladies and that's all I just wanted to discuss. So I hope I didn't take much time. Yeah, fine. Thank you very much. Okay. Bye.
So thanks to speakers, Raj Kapoor, Lakshmi Iswari, and Akhilesh Srivastava. They have brought out the, not only the AI empowering blockchain, blockchain empowering AI. In fact, the first two speakers, the focus was more on blockchain empowering AI. The last speaker has brought out very important issues of how AI empowers the blockchain. What all we understand is AI and blockchain, together they make everything strong. And we know that in future, we're talking about Web3, which is a decentralized internet, and read-write, not only read and write internet, but it's also owned. That is, the data of yours should not be used by the 3 or 4 great stalwarts. It should be yours, and that right can come in Web3. And that Web3 to happen, AI and blockchain is going to be the base core technology. And metaverse is one thing where these two technologies would be used. So I do not want to take much time. I'm sure already the sessions are running late by 45 minutes or so. Once again, I take this opportunity to thank the speakers for their illuminating us with their experience in a very such short time and trying to meet the time constraints as well. And once again, thank you all for patient listening, especially because in the panel, normally it would be more interactive, but due to the paucity of time, we are making it one way. But I am sure that the speakers would share their emails, and so you can interact with them, and off the dais also you can interact. Thank you all once again. Thanks to the organizers for a wonderful summit being organized on such an important subject. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, sir. May I request you, our chair, to present mementos to our eminent speakers. We present to Mr. Raj Kapoor, founder and CEO, India Blockchain Alliance. Thank you very much indeed, sir. We present to Mr. Akhilesh Srivastava, IT Advisor, Government of Uttarakhand, Road Safety, Ambassador, World Economic Forum, and former CEO, NHAI. And I would invite Mr. Satyan Gupta, Treasurer, BIF, to kindly do the honors of presenting a memento to our chair, Dr. Sarat Chandra Babu. Thank you, sir, for moderating this session. And I would request all our panelists to kindly step forward for a group photograph, requesting everybody to kindly remain seated as we straightaway move to the last session of the summit, which is on AI-enabled 5G, 6G ecosystem.